Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to Science. Yesterday, we talked about the different types of weather, and today we're going to talk about the 4 seasons. And although everywhere has seasons, Colorado is a unique place where we have weather that changes with the seasons. It's not always hot in Colorado, it's not always cold. We actually get to experience different weather in every season. And some people don't like that, and they might live somewhere like Arizona where it's hot all the time. And some people like having cold weather, and so they're in colder places, like they're in Alaska where it's cold a lot of the time. So, a couple things you're going to need today. You are going to need your scissors, you're going to need a pencil and some glue. So, make sure you grab that. We are going to be doing 2 science pages, and I know there was some science stuff that got sent home, so make sure you grab the stuff that you need. The one you're going to use today is called the Seasons of the Year Cycle. It also has something taped to the bottom called a brad, and I'll show you how to use that. The page that goes along with this, and again, you'll have to look closely to make sure you grab the right one. It has a picture of a house and a tree, and the words that you're going to see are spring, summer, fall, and winter, and we'll talk about what those are. Now, I know a lot of you know about seasons. And so what I want you to think about right now are what seasons do you know? What seasons are you familiar with that you could tell us about them? What is your favorite season? So I want you to think about what is your favorite season? My favorite season is summer. I love the warm weather. I like getting to go outside and the sun is out and not feeling cold all the time. I do like winter when it's cold and I get to play in the snow. I think that's really fun too. But I don't like having to go out and do stuff when it's cold out because I don't like being cold. So we do have 4 seasons. Now the seasons we have are spring, and spring is March, April, and May, followed by summer. Summer is June, July, August. Then we have fall. Now, some people call fall autumn, and this is September, October, November. And then you get winter, which starts the middle of December, January, February. Now, the seasons don't always start the first of every month. It actually starts in the middle, actually more towards the middle end. It starts on the 20th and 21st. So we will actually be starting winter next week, right before Christmas time. On the 21st will be the first day of winter. So even though it's cold and it snowed on Friday, it is actually still fall. Spring will start March 21st. Summer will start June 21st. So you'll already be on summer break when summer starts. And then fall and autumn start September 20th, which is you've already been in school for about a month. So a couple pictures for each season. Springtime, you normally see lots of beautiful flowers are blooming. If you have planted flowers that come up every year, you'll get to see them. You'll start seeing babies in the nest and you'll start hearing them chirping. Some people who have allergies might start noticing some flowers blooming on trees and bushes. Summertime, lots of bees making honey. You might start growing some fruits and vegetables like these strawberries, and you can see how green this tree is. Now, fall, again, is the same as autumn. So some people call it fall, some people call it autumn. The leaves are starting to change, and they're starting to fall, which is where they get the name fall. You're going to see different types of fruits and vegetables, and the big thing that grows in the fall are pumpkins. And pumpkins are growing all year long, but they actually start turning into pumpkins in the fall. Coming up to winter, which we're about to jump into, you will see the trees looking different, covered in snow. You'll start to see bees you might see on the outside of your house. As it starts melting, you'll start getting some icicles from water that is freezing as it starts melting during the day and then freezes at night. And our little squirrel out looking for some food in the winter time. So I have a short video for you, and then we'll get to go into our worksheets together. So let me open that up. All right, these are about the 4 seasons.
3, 2, Wonder. I'm Dr. Jeff, and today we're going to learn about seasons. Summer, fall, winter, and spring. Yes, it all...
Nice test failed my book.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what to do about that, Lily.
Let's explore. Today, we'll learn that seasons happen in a pattern that repeats each year. 3, 2, Wonder! Yeah! 3, 2, Wonder! Hey, let's go! 3, 2, Wonder! Hey, what's the matter with you two?
Addison and I want to go skiing, but we can't because it's summer.
That is true, but don't worry, because soon...
All right, boys and girls, I am going to put the link to this video in our slideshow. It is not playing right now, and it is starting to start and stop, but I don't want you to have to wait for that. So I do have a season song for you, so I'm going to play this for you.
Here we go. 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 Seasons of the year. 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 Here comes the spring with the rain pouring down. Here comes the spring with the flowers in the ground. Here comes the spring with the rainbow in the sky. Here comes the spring to bring new life. Here comes the spring with the rain pouring down. Here comes the spring with the flowers in the ground. Here comes the spring with the rainbow in the sky. Here comes the spring to bring new life. Here we go. Seasons of the year. 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 Here comes the summer with the heat from the sun. Here comes the summer with the kids having fun. Here comes the summer with the warm breeze. Here comes the summer with the trees so green. Here comes the summer with the heat from the sun.
Can you read this?
Here comes the
I
summer
don't
with
even
the kids having fun. Here comes the summer with the warm breeze. Here comes the summer with the trees so green. Here we go. Seasons of the year. 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 Here comes the fall with the leaves changing color. Here comes the fall with the climate getting cooler. Here comes the fall with the leaves falling down. Here comes the fall with the wind blowing loud. Here comes the fall with the leaves changing color. Here comes the fall with the climate getting cooler. Here comes the fall with the leaves falling down. Here comes the fall with the wind blowing loud. Here we go. Seasons of the year. 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 Here comes the winter with the ice and the snow. Here comes the winter with the freezing cold. Here comes the winter with getting shorter. Here comes the winter with the nights getting longer. Here comes the winter with the ice and the snow. Here comes the winter with the freezing cold. Here comes the winter with the days getting shorter. Here comes the winter with the nights getting longer. Here we go, oh! Seasons of the year. 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 Here we go, oh! Seasons of the year.
All right, hopefully you enjoyed that song. I do have one more video, and if you've ever seen Mystery Doug, he does some great videos all about science and different topics, so it's a great thing to see. And he made a video about winter, and I thought we'd watch it because we are going into winter, and I think he does a great job of explaining science and different topics. So this is about winter.
Hi, it's Doug. Last winter, I traveled to northern Canada, where my sister and her family live. It gets so cold up there that it starts to snow in the fall. And then by the end of winter, the snow has piled up so deep that I could do this for fun. Check it out. This week, someone named Jamiria has a question about winter. Let's give her a call now.
Hi, Doug.
Hi, Jamiria.
I have a question for you today. Why does it get cold in winter?
That's a great question. Now, in some places, like where I live in California, it doesn't actually get that cold in winter. The only place it snows is up in the mountains. But lots of places in the world get cold in the wintertime. In some places, it even snows. And yet, think about it. Just a few months before that, in the exact same place, it was hot outside. You were wearing shorts or t-shirts. You might have gone swimming. Maybe you went to the beach or you had a picnic outside. In just a few short months, the weather changes a lot. It goes from hot to cold. Why? Why does it get cold in winter? Now, I gotta tell you, this was actually pretty hard for people to figure out. For a long time, nobody knew why it got cold every winter. But people noticed that the sun is where we get all of our light and warmth. So it makes sense to see if we can find any clues by paying attention to the sun. Now, you know it's dangerous to look directly at the sun in real life, but what I'm about to show you is just a video. It's totally safe to look at. So check this out. See if you can find any clues about why it might get cold in winter. This is a sped up view of what you'd see if you were to sit in one place and watch the sun all day long. Let's watch it again. Here you can see the sun rises in the morning, gets to a high point, and then starts to set in the evening. If you were to draw a line, it's like this. The sun makes a giant arc across the sky. But now, this was during the summertime. Now, watch the sun in wintertime. Okay, let's see it one more time. Do you notice any difference? In case it's helpful, here's a side-by-side comparison. What difference do you notice in what the sun does? Now would be a good time to pause the video and discuss. Okay, you ready? Well, you might have noticed a difference in how high up the sun goes in the sky. In the summer, the sun gets much higher overhead. In the winter, the sun is lower in the sky than it is in the summer. Think about how the sun feels when it's high up in the sky. In the summertime, with the sun up higher, it's sending light rays directly down on you. Like, think about if you're at the pool on a hot summer day. You've probably felt the sun beating straight down on you. When it's shining straight down on you like that, you get hot. But in winter, the sun is lower in the sky. The sunlight is not beating straight down on you anymore. It's more sideways. Without all that heat beating straight down on us, it can't get hot outside, so it's cold. But now wait a second. This can't be the full reason why it gets hot in summer and cold in winter, right? I mean, I mentioned before, I live in California where it doesn't get very cold in the winter. Remember, it only snows in the mountains? And then think about tropical places, places that never get cold. By that, I mean places located in this part of the earth, around the middle, places like Hawaii, the Amazon rainforest, or Indonesia. Tropical places like these don't have winter at all. It's like it's always summer there. But guess what? Check out what the sun does in tropical places. Here it is in the summertime, and here it is in the winter. You ready? It does the same thing. In tropical places, the sun always goes high overhead each day. So the fact that the earth gets hot and cold has something to do with how high or how low the sun gets in the sky. But why does the sun's arc change at all? And why is it that in tropical places the sun always goes high in the sky every day? Those are harder questions to answer, and it's something you'll study in middle school. For now, I can just tell you, it has something to do with the Earth being on a tilt as it spins and moves through space. That's all for this week's question. Thanks, Jamiria, for asking it.
All right, boys and girls. So yes, Mystery Duck has lots of great videos that teach us about different scientific things. So a great website to go to. So I will put a link so that you can also click in the slides for that Generation Genius video about seasons. It's really good. It was just taking too long on the internet. And so instead of just sitting there and not getting to watch it fully, this way you can see it going back and forth. All right, so here is the fun part. So I want you to get out this paper that says the seasons of the year. So we're going to start with our pencil where it says name. The first thing I do is always the same. I pick up my pencil and I write my name. I'm going to go ahead and take this brad off right now. And it's okay if it kind of tears your paper because we're going to be cutting anyway. So what we're going to be doing is making a spin wheel. You'll notice there is a dotted line here. We are going to be cutting that out. Okay, so let me show you. I'm going to be cutting almost a full circle, but I am not going to cut. I'm going to cut this part out of my circle. So I'm going to follow the black lines totally. Okay, this will be a hole. So let me show you real quick before you start cutting. You are going to cut on the black lines as you go across. Okay, so it kind of looks like a circle that's missing part of it now. So now I'm going to go ahead and keep cutting all the way across. All right, so here is my circle. Okay, and it says the seasons of the year. So now I need to do my other side. So here is my other circle, and I'm going to cut around the entire circle. So on the dotted lines. So I'm going to cut completely around. And when you're done, make sure you pick up your trash and put it away. All right, now I am done with my cutting. So I need to get my pencil out. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to look at each picture and decide what season it is in, okay? You'll notice each picture has a house, a sun, and trees. We're going to start with this one where the tree is really big and full. And this word starts with an S. This is the word summer. Say summer. Good. Let's go ahead and trace it with our pencil. S-U-M-M-E-R. Summer. Okay, and I'm going to spin it. Here's another S word. This one has a picture of flowers all over this tree. And this is spring. S-P-R-ing. The ing sound like king. All right, so I want to go in order though. So we have spring. I'm going to spin the other direction now. Summer, And then we have fall, and this is when the leaves are falling to the ground, which you can see in this illustration that there's leaves on the ground. So this is fall. All. Spin one more time. And we have no leaves on our tree, just branches, because it is winter. Say winter. Good. Let's go ahead and trace it. W-I-N-T-E-R. Winter. So we are going to color this. I will give you time to do some coloring, but what I want to show you now is the brad. So I want you to do is go ahead and straighten it out. So I had to kind of move mine a little bit to make it straight. You might need somebody to help you with this. The easiest way I find is to put this on the ground on like a carpeted surfaces because it'll go through a lot easier. What you're going to do is you're going to poke a hole through this black circle. Make sure you're not super close to where you cut though, okay? You're going to want to be a little bit further away from it, okay? So the brad goes straight through, okay? Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to poke my brad through this black circle. Now when you see a brad, they actually open up. So if you look closely at the back, you can kind of open it so where both parts come down, just like that. Okay. Now we have the seasons of the year spinner. We have winter, we have fall, and we can spin to summer and to spring. Go ahead and color. That looks great.